In the revival of The Miracle Worker, Helen Keller's mother will be played by Jennifer Morrison, best known for her performance as Dr. Allison Cameron on the hit Fox TV show House MD. I was talking to the director. I remember when all you guys came out, I remember thinking, boy, they've put some pretty big actors in as the parents. The parents are not usually the focus of the show. But talking to the director says that really she sees this as the story of the family.
Yeah.
Now, is that what attracted you to this production when they first talked to you?
I had no way of knowing what Kate's vision was because I didn't know her previous to reading for her for the play. But from my own perspective, when I went back and read the play and studied it for the audition, I realized how complicated Kate Keller was. This was really a woman in conflict in any given moment.
Tell me her arc within the play.
Yeah, I mean, she really starts from a place of just absolute desperation to find any help for her child, any hope that maybe she can either be healed or find some way that she can be able to enjoy or appreciate her life instead of just being in the darkness, literally. And she's in conflict with her husband in that point, trying to get him to be on board because they've tried many things that haven't worked, and he's just feels that he can't have his heart broken anymore. Like, we can't keep hoping for something when it's 10 years have passed and nothing's helping. And then once they find Annie Sullivan and they're able to bring her into the home, there's a new conflict that sort of develops for Kate because she wants this to work so badly because she wants everything for her child, but she's also afraid of losing the mother-daughter connection. This teacher comes in, and if she really has that much power in Helen's life, will I ever have that same connection to my daughter? So there's that heart-wrenching thing of having to get over herself, really having to give herself up for her child so that her child can have everything she needs, knowing that she may never have that same bond that
That's
she
big.
wants. And that was what was so apparent to me when I went back and was studying the play for the audition. And it was awesome because Kate Worski is seeing it the same way. And that's really what we've been finding in rehearsal is that dynamic between the husband and wife and how they're dealing with it, and between Annie and Kate and what that means to Kate to give up her child to this teacher and how difficult and heart-wrenching that is.
The title is Miracle Worker, and I think a lot of people assume that means Anne. But it seems like it applies to more than just Anne. Have you given that any thought? Have you thought about what the title means? Because it seems like a number of miracles are being worked.
I agree. I think that it's an appropriate title only because it applies to every character. I think that's what Gibson did such a beautiful job of really developing every character in the story. So often you see these stories, it's like, the main two characters are developed and everybody else is sort of there to make it all work. Everybody has their own stuff going on. The stepson that Captain Keller has from his previous marriage and his contentious relationship with his father and with his stepmother, with Kate, that is a whole story that gets explored and has to be resolved and figure out where that stands. Everyone's relationship to Helen, everyone's relationship to Annie, Captain Keller's relationship with his wife. There's so many relational issues going on, and they're all explored, and they all move. You know what I mean? It's not that it's like, it's all great and perfect at the end, but they all move somewhere. There's an evolution to where all those relationships go. So I think that there's miracles in all of those storylines. And then also, we were just told, I don't know if someone else told you this already, that the title of the play came from a postcard that Mark Twain sent Helen Keller, and it was addressed to the Miracle Worker. So he clearly thought of her as a miracle worker as well, in terms of the amount of activism she was doing to help other people and the education she was able to achieve despite her ailments. And so I think it operates on many levels, that title.